Hello my friends and welcome to our math video. Alright, today we're going to be working in our math work number 4 book. So grab your book, grab your pencil, come on back when you're ready. Alright, if you're back with me, that tells me you have your book and your pencil and you're ready to rock and roll. First things first though, we need to warm up our brains. So we did a lot of counting together in yesterday's small group time, and you all did amazing. But I can definitely tell we need to keep practicing together, especially our counting by 5s and 10s, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to warm up our brains, counting from 0 to 20 by 1s, up the number line. Then we're going to count from 20 to 0, down the number line, just to warm up our brains for adding and subtracting. Then we're going to practice our counting by 2s, 5s, and 10s. The more we count out loud, the more we say it together, the easier it becomes. So this is what I was talking about during our group time yesterday. I need you to say everything out loud with me at home, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's a little bit strange because I'm on the computer and you're at home. We still need to do it together so that you are saying it out loud. Because the only way you're totally going to memorize it is by seeing it, saying it, and hearing it. I promise, I know I've said it all school year long, and you're probably like, oh my gosh, Mrs. Sae-Wong, you keep saying the same thing. But there's a reason, and that's how we learn. So, right here, right now, say everything out loud with me. Ready? We're going to count by 1s, starting at 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, now we're going to start at 20 and we're going to count down the number line like we would if we're subtracting. Ready? Starting at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Good. Now let's count by 2s. Are you ready? Starting at 0. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Nice. Now we're going to count by 5s. This is the part where I need you to say it out loud because we were getting confused at different times, and that's okay, but this is the time where we practice together. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Awesome. Okay, now finally let's count by 10s. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Awesome, my friends. Okay, when you're at home and when you're counting things, or maybe you're counting steps up and down the stairs, or you're counting steps between your front door and your car, practice counting by 1s and 2s. When you're counting out cookies, because you have to share with your brothers and sisters and cousins and mom and dad, maybe count by 2s or 5s. Maybe don't count by 5s. If you're eating 5 cookies, you're going to have a tummy ache. But you know what I mean. Count out your crackers when you're sitting down to have your snack. Count how many people are at your table. Skip count by 2 if there's a lot of you. All the things that we see in our everyday life are things we can count. Our shoes, our shirts, our pants, and our toys, books, anything. Practice counting so that you are understanding that a thing, an object, a something counts as 1. But when you have 2 things, we can, instead of saying 1, 2, we can look at it and say 2. Okay? Make sure you're counting at home. Thank you for counting with me and warming up our brain. Now let's get to today's work. We're going to go to our math work number 4 book. we are going to open up to page 19. Page 19. All right, first things first. First, we have to stop and put our name at the top. I'm going to put my name. You put your name. And we all know today's date is 5-4-21. All right. What we're going to do on the left-hand side of the page is we are going to find the value of each symbol. Then we're going to color the correct answer. So what it wants us to do is solve each equation. So this first equation is 10 plus 5 equals 15. So they colored the smiley face for the number 15. Number 2 has a heart plus 5 equals 15. Oh, wait a minute. If we know this equals 15, can we use our fact families to solve this? Do we remember fact families? It feels like so long ago, but we've talked about it all year. So if 10 plus 5 equals 15, 15 minus 5 equals 10. So now we're going to come over here and we're going to find the heart for the number 10, and we're going to color it in. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to see that you know which number best completes the equation. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to come down and you're going to answer each one of these questions and finish the math equation. So 10 plus what equals 20? Well, you're going to find the sun that's next to the number that correctly answers the equation. So go ahead and hit pause, answer those math equations, color in the correct picture, and come back when you're ready. All right, if you're back with me, that tells me you're all done with these problems. So now let's move on over to the right-hand side. It's asking us to match the blocks to the number they represent. So remember, one block equals 1. So when we have a full 10 frame, we don't even have to count. We can just say 10. Now we have to count on 11, 12, 13. So this is 13 blocks. Now we have to find the number that it represents. Which equation gives us 13? You got it. 10 plus 3 equals 13. So I'm going to draw a line just like that. From 13 blocks to the equation that equals 13. Now what I need you to do is go through and count the rest of the blocks. And you can write your number just like I did. That's the easiest way for my brain to make sure I don't mix anything up. Then I want you to go through and solve these equations so you know what these numbers equal, and then draw that line to match the picture. Hit pause, work on that, come back when you're ready. All right, if you're back with me, that tells me you have finished counting all the blocks, finished adding up all the equations, and you are all done drawing your lines. Let's turn the page. We are going to be on page 20, which I know is probably hidden. I know mine are hidden the way that the books are stapled, but page 20 looks just like this. It's on the back side of page 19. And what we're going to do on the left-hand side is we are going to use the information from our bar graph to answer some questions. So I know it's been a little while since we've talked about a bar graph, so let's do that. Remember, a bar graph helps us count up different things. And so in this case, this bar graph is answering the question of our favorite games. So they asked people if they liked tag, hide and seek, or kickball. And everybody had to choose one. So all of these people chose tag. These two people chose hide and seek. And all of these people chose kickball. So this row tells us the game they chose. Each column helps us count how many votes there were. So let's answer the first question together. Ready? It says, how many kids prefer tag? So how many kids chose tag? Well, let's go through and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 squares filled in, which tells us there are 6 kids who chose tag. But we could have come down here and looked at the numbers on our column and said, oh, tag goes all the way to this column. So here's tag. This is where it ends. Let me come down the column. Right there. 6 kids prefer tag. Okay? So you're going to use the bar graph to answer these questions. Let's read the next one together. Which game is the favorite? So which one was chosen the most? Which one has the biggest number? And you're going to write the name of the game right there. Number 3 asks, which game has the least votes? So least votes means it has the lowest number. The least number of kids chose to play this game. And you're going to choose the name of the game and write it on the line. Okay, number 4. How many kids like kickball? So we're going to find kickball. And we're going to count how many kids like to play kickball. Excuse me. Okay, number 5. How many more kids prefer tag over hide and seek? So how many more kids prefer tells us we have to take hide and seek and we have to find the number of difference. So we have 6 that like tag and we have 2 that like hide and seek. So how many more kids prefer tag? So we're not going to count the 2 first tags because that's how many kids like hide and seek. So now what we have to do is count how many more kids prefer tag. How many more kids chose tag instead of hide and seek? So we know there's 2 here and 2 here. So we're going to ignore those and we're going to figure out how many more like tag. Then finally, number 6. How many kids like tag and kickball? So when it says tag and kickball, that means we're going to add those 2 numbers together. So you're going to count how many like tag, then you're going to count how many like kickball, and you're going to add them or put them together. So take a minute, add those 2 numbers together, and write it on the line. All right, my friends, now let's move to the right-hand side of the page. Now we're going to talk about some shapes. It says, look at the shapes in each group. Then answer the questions. So we have group 1. They're all the same shape. What are they? Triangles. Good. Group 2. Oh, they're not grouped by shape. What do we have? We have a square, a circle, and a triangle. Good. And then finally, group 3. They're also not the same shape, but we have a square, a rectangle, and a trapezoid. Awesome. So now we're going to go through and we're going to answer some questions. Number 1 asks, which group is sorted by shape? So which group has all the same shapes? Okay, once you have that group number written down, number 2, which group is sorted by size? So which group has all the shapes that are similar or close to the same in size? This is all about paying attention to attributes, the size of shapes, how much space they take up. Number 3, which group is sorted by number of sides? Oh, there's one group that is sorted by the number of sides. They're not all the same shape, but they have the same number of sides. Which group is that? Okay, then number 4. It says, draw shapes in group 4 and in group 5. Sort them by color. So I just want you to draw some shapes, 2 to 3 shapes. So 2 to 3 shapes in each one. And then I want you to sort them by color, meaning that they need to be the same colors in group 4 and then different group colors in group 5 to show me that you can draw some shapes and that you can sort by color. Then hit pause, work on those, and come on back when you're ready. All right, friends, if you're back with me, that tells me you're all done with page 20. Head on over to Seesaw and send me a picture of page 19 and 20 so that I can see your super awesome math skills. If you have questions, if any of this was not clear or you're a little bit confused, make sure you let me know so we can talk about it. But that's it, my friends. I will see you all a little bit later. Bye.